Welcome! Today I share about some of the things that you can do to prepare your child when you experience a crisis and cannot be able to fully support them. I am Theodora and I talk about personal development and grief support. I lost my dad at the age of 8. It was something that life never prepared me for. I could say that I learned to raise myself. I grew up faster than my age. I learned to do things beyond my age. I could say that the storms of being an orphan hit me hard in many ways. I was raised by my grandparents while my mother worked hard to ensure that we had the basic necessities of life. Today I share a few things that maybe can be of help. This could be applicable for children 6 years and above. It is more complicated for the younger children, but I hope I get some insights on how to deal with that as well in the future. I think it's important to teach your children certain life skills. For instance, if a child is already 6 years, it is a good time to help that child get certain entrepreneurial skills. Teach them certain principles of life. Teach them how to do some house chores. Teach them things that support life. Teach them to know that doing a house chore helps the home run smoothly. It also builds you in certain ways. If the child can read and write, give them an opportunity to write down stories, to write down about how their days go, to write about the things they're passionate about. If they have some beautiful skills in them that you'd like them to teach other children, let them write it down and then make them published authors. You can publish a book through Amazon for your child. There is always someone who will buy that book. And as a child goes, their income is also growing. This is one way of preparing them, that they know that I can be able to do something that can help me attain certain basic necessities of life, that can help me get a book, get a pen, get some clothes, get some soap, or can also help me be able to contribute to the family, or can help me be able to go to school. It may not be writing, but it could be something else. Instill skills in children. Give the children an opportunity to constructively express themselves with confidence, with wisdom. I think it is important to train your child, to teach your child in a healthy way that there is a way you can express yourself with respect. There's a way you can express yourself with wisdom, constructively. That when you're going through something, you do not bottle it up. That you can be able to share it, that you can be able to talk to your mom, to your dad about it, and that they know where to seek help in case there is time of need. Teach them that when things go wrong, police is an important institution that can help you. Tell them about the important institutions around where they can be able to get help. When you're sick, you go to the hospital. When someone is very ill, what is the emergency number they can be able to call? Just teach them those basic survival skills. I also think it is good to teach your children about God, because there are situations that humanly it is hard to comprehend, humanly it is hard to navigate. But teaching your children about God and giving them a basis of getting to learn who God is and a relationship with God helps them also in growing in their spiritual life. I could say that as a child, then clinging to spirituality or clinging to God, even as a child, was like one of the things that saw me through my grief journey. I could say that by around around the time when my dad died, I was like, I think I was just going to make 8 years, because it was in January of 2000. I hadn't yet even made 8. So by the end of that year, I had a very wonderful grandmother who taught me about God, whom I'm so grateful for. And I think her great prayers have kept me up to now. She taught me how to read the Dhopadhola prayer book in like my grandmother's native language. I knew all the prayers. I knew which prayers to say when I'm going to eat, when I'm going to sleep. And she always made me know that I am not alone, that God is protecting me, is shielding me. And she always prayed over me. I had such an amazing grandmother who taught me about God. I think it's good to teach your children about God, because God will stabilize them, will give them hope, faith when no one else can give. It is not easy walking through life as an orphan. When you've been rejected, when you've been homeless, when you are experiencing extreme kinds of abuse, but clinging on to God can offer you a way out. I think it's important to show your children their relatives. Show them that this is auntie so-and-so, this is uncle so-and-so, this is my mother, this is your grandfather, this is your grandmother. Because in the event that anything happens to you, they may end up in the circle of one of these. I was raised in an extended family by my grandparents. When my dad passed on, the place that we took shelter from was at my grandparents' place. Please make sure the children get to know their relatives. And then you can teach them the boundaries. The bitter truth is, even if we show them these people, maybe a few of them, I am so blessed to have had amazing grandparents who took us in, who took care of us. My grandmother has been such a great pillar in my life. I want to tell you that sometimes when you pass on, relatives, friends, or those people whom you know may not offer your child the support that you think they will. Maybe a couple of weeks ago, I came across a story of a Kenyan lady, I forget her name. She was in the Lean Ngugi show and she was sharing her life as an orphan. The mom went to her grandmother, of course it's like a step grandmom, a lot of mixes inside there, which is of course very normal. If you're like an orphan, you're always going to have a web of things around. And the mom asked the step grandmother if she would be willing to take care of her children, the three of them, in the event that she passed on. Of course, the grandmother accepted. But I want to say that when that lady died, the children, or especially that girl, experienced the highest degree of mistreatment in a home that had all kinds of resources. The child had to raise herself up. The child had to struggle through life. But I'm glad that she has been able to become someone. I'll put her story in the description. Sometimes you may get people to take care of your child or your children when you're gone, but there is no guarantee that they will. You only hope that they will do the right thing, that they will take care of your children. So what I think is to prepare your child, best prepare them, and also let them know that in the event that something happens, so and so will be able to take care of you. I have given them this and this, or I have put something this and this. The best thing that you can do is communicate to your child, talk to your child. It is preparing them. You could say that, that is worst case scenario, that is being so, I forget the word, like that is being so extreme. At 8 years old, I did not expect to be an orphan. I did not. And nothing prepared me for it. And I want to tell you that my life went through a roller coaster of things. That I'm only grateful today that I share this so that your child does not have to go through what I went through. So that your child can have a good start in life. So that your child knows that being an orphan is not a disadvantage, but it is a new state of life. It is unfamiliar, it has certain unfamiliar part of it, but it is possible to walk through it. it is possible to walk through life. Talk to them about death. Make them come to understand that there is death. And death comes and it disrupts things. Things may never go in the same way when death occurs. Some things may change and they will have to adapt. They may not have certain privileges that they are having at the moment, but that is okay. It is another stage in life that they can walk through it and make something beautiful in the end. I think honest conversations about death is good to bring it to the children so that they understand. Because for one reason or the other, these children, among them, have other children who are living without parents, who are orphans as well. So talking to them about this also helps them to be able to support their other friends who have lost loved ones, and also prepares them to better handle the situation. It's not like it will not tear them apart when you're gone. It will, but at least they have a basis to start with. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you join me next week.